catch 'em all.
So, welcome back to another YouTube video. Okay, as you can see on the screen, we are actually playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and this is actually my first gaming video, or technically my second gaming video since 2 to 3 weeks from now, ever since I got that webcam, and today I just actually decided to make a video back on a video game and whatnot. But today's video is going to be about the CMOS battery that we made about a few days ago or whatever. But it seems like more people are trying to find out, like, if there is a solution to fix the PlayStation 4's CMOS battery in the future, like 10, 15 to 20 years from now, because it is kind of bothering a lot of people, and especially myself. Now, because, like, say for this game, for an example, now, Red Dead Redemption 2 literally has one of the best single player, if not the best single player storyline ever made, especially on the PlayStation 4 console generation. And there might be someday in the future, even though I believe that this game is right now in the works from Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar, that it will be getting a PS5 and Xbox Series X release here in the next year or so. But just in, like, general, like, people are going to be like, man, it would be really nice to go back and play the original launch version of Red Dead Redemption 2, and being able to pop it in your PlayStation 4 and just start it up and play it like that, and start from the ground up on the story mode. And, you know, there's a people that would honestly really do that. I'm already can tell you. I mean, there's people that would want to do that with GTA 5 as well. I mean, there's people that still play Grand Theft Auto 5 and play the story mode on, like, the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. So you would think that, like, Sony would possibly figure out a solution here before long, especially with all the, all this hate that they're going to be getting because of this solution and this problem with the PS4 CMOS battery. But I have watched a couple of YouTubers. One I just subscribed to new the other day or yesterday, and then just a little bit ago, I've actually been subscribed for this guy for, like, the last maybe 2 or 3 years, and it's Spawn Wave, and he's actually a really, really great YouTuber, and he just made a video, like, about 45 minutes ago of trying out the PlayStation 4, popping in a physical game with it not being able to connect to the internet and without the CMOS battery. And so far, I'm telling you, it's an issue. Like, it's going to be an issue for a lot of people, especially going forward. And I'm telling you, like, it's going to be a really, really big issue for a lot of gamers in the far future, especially me, because I still love to have access to my physical games. Like, I have, like, from when I last counted, I had, like, over 80 to, like, 90 some PlayStation 4 games on disc. Some I did have a few copies for of the same game, but it wasn't, like, every game or anything like that. But, me being able to have access to play those games, especially this game for an example, even if it is on the PS5 and it comes out for the PS6, like, just going back and playing the original version of Red Dead Redemption 2, of how the game was when it first launched, and everybody's like, man, I can't believe how incredible that the original version of this game looked, and people just want to go back and play the originals. And it's not just this game either. There's a lot more other games that people would like that you can only play on the PS4. I mean, you could play it on the PS5 too, consider backwards compatibility, but there might be people that either don't have a PS5 or wants to just play it natively on the native hardware that the game was originally for. And there's games like Shadow of the Colossus that spawn with and out that people would love to play. That's an only single player game. People might like to play Minecraft on the PS4 just to play something, and I'm telling you, there is quite a bit of games that you can get and you can play for the PS4 right now, especially if it's just single player. Like you got Far Cry 5, you got Far Cry 4, you even got Far Cry 3, the remastered classic edition. You've got like all the Call of Duty series that you can play the campaigns over again, Call of Duty Ghost, Black Ops 3, and the list goes on and on and on. And you got Battlefield 4 that you can play the story mode campaign on it, and the same with Hardline, as well as Battlefield 1 and 5. So there is a huge catalog of games that you can just play for single player, especially on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. So, yeah, it's going to be a really, really big problem in the future if Sony ends up shutting down the PlayStation Network servers for the PlayStation 4, which it's not going to happen nearly anytime soon. It's going to be at least at the minimum, probably 10 to 15 years from now. But people are kind of like a little bit scared and are a little bit nervous and are basically worried about the future of not being able to have access to their games on their PlayStation 4, because there might be some of you out there that might have a PS4 or a PS4 Slim or even a PS4 Pro, and you get the PS5 and you're just like, man, I could just put this PS4 in my closet right now and it still works like new. There's nothing wrong with it. Haven't played it a whole lot. And you put it in your closet and then say like, man, I remember Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out for the PS4 back in 2018, and like let's say it's like 2029 or something like that, or 2030. So we're basically 10 years later, and the PlayStation 6 is possibly out by then because we're already 10 years out later after the PS5 launch. And so this guy just goes like, man, this PS4 has been in here for quite some time now, and I remember that it still worked and it still worked like new. I'm gonna actually grab it out and play some old classics because I remember Red Dead Redemption 2, and they just grab it out and they want to play something like Red Dead Redemption 2 like they were saying, and then all of a sudden they can't, and it's just not going to really work out a whole lot, because there are going to be hundreds of thousands of gamers out there that will still play PlayStation 4 even 10 years from now, and that would still love to have access to their games, and I'm especially one of them. Now, I personally don't play much of the PS3 or the Xbox 360 anymore, but there is still a time every once in a while that I still do go back and I play the 360 and PS3. Like a few months ago, I actually played The Last of Us, the original Last of Us on the PlayStation 3. I didn't play the PS4 remaster version. I played the original PS3 because I wanted the original experience, and that game was tremendous. I had a blast playing that game on the PS3, and yeah, I'm telling you, I still do go back every once in a while and play old games on the older consoles. So what I expect is Sony is, if everybody keeps getting mad and goes after Sony for this, Sony will indeed release a patch update for the PlayStation 4 probably in the near future, probably sometime this year or possibly sometime next year at the latest, I think. But as long as everybody keeps going after Sony and telling them, hey, why am I not going to blah, 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 have access to my games in the future, this and that, Sony will indeed release a future firmware update for the PS4 that will completely resolve the entire issue. And honestly, I'm a little bit mad about Sony because the main issue with this CMOS battery and the Sony server shutting down is because of the trophies. That is what's the problem with all of it. If the trophies don't have like a certain date and time that's close to what is now, the games ain't going to work because the trophies are not going to be able to sync up to like whatever that the date is or whatever date that you have set, the trophies will not work right and it will not make the game work right. So it's kind of strange, really, to think about it when you got something like trophies stopping you from being able to play games. Microsoft has had no issue ever since the 360 first came out with achievements. They have never had a single issue. Like you could have the 360 be completely offline and whatever else, and you can still put a physical 360 game in the 360, and boom, the game will just start up instantly like that, and it will play. So, but that's still it's still a little bit weird that the trophies are the effect of you being able to play your physical and digital games, even with the CMOS battery dying or Sony shutting off the servers. It's really weird to honestly think, but I personally do believe that in the future, Sony will release a future patch update because it's going to get to a lot of people's heads, and they're going to go after Sony, and eventually Sony, most likely, I do have faith and I do believe, will end up releasing a future firmware patch for the PS4 that will completely fix the date and time and the trophy situation, so that way whenever the CMOS battery does die, you can still play your physical games. And then when the internet connection also goes off, if you're still connected to the internet in some way or even not, you'll still at least have physical copies of games. So, but actually, um, yeah, you'll have all your access to your physical games. Now, the digital games, I personally don't think, but your physical games, you will still have access to if Sony does release a future firmware. But let me know down in the comment section down below if this is a concern of yours with your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro or whatever. Just comment down in the comment section down below of your concerns with this CMOS battery and losing PSN network for because of trophy situation and not being able to have access to your physical games. Just comment down in the comment section down below of your concern, and also hit a like if you enjoy the video, and also comment down below, or not comment down below, subscribe is what I meant to say, if you are new to the Infernal Shard 1 for the Wins channel, and we will see you guys on the next video. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications, and we will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.